What is up, you guys? So we are back with another video today after a few weeks. We're actually doing a pretty important thing today. Actually, we're doing a lot of things today, but basically I picked up an access port and an intercooler and a BF48 and some other stuff too recently, and now I am going to be getting the car tuned today. Basically, I have an E-tune on my access port that I got from a company called Torque Performance, which is a pretty popular company to go through out here in Colorado. I guess they're pretty familiar with like tuning at a mile high. So I have the tune from them on the access port. I just need to get the access port on the car, and then obviously get the parts in the car, and then do some data logging, and then go from there. I mean, as I imagined, my engine, everything's stupid hot, so I can't even really work on it right now. I was gonna do the downpipe first, so take off the downpipe, get the turbo ready to come out, so then I can take off the intercooler, and then just get started on that as well. But I mean, like I expected, the car is stupid hot right now, so I can't even really do that. We have the SCI intercooler right there, VF48, some cob things, so it's just like a mount or something. I forgot, honestly. I ordered so much stuff over the last like 3 months. Like the amount of bags I have in here is ridiculous. So I was thinking about it. I think it makes sense to actually do the intercooler first, because that's not going to be that hot. So I'm going to start with the first 2 bolts right there and there, which are 10mm bolts, I believe, and then probably move on to the ones that are holding it down, which are 12mm bolts, I believe. And then I'm going to have to move these lines out of the way, so I'm going to have to take off that hose, and that hose, and then we'll just see what's left after that. Now we're gonna flush the intercooler real quick, so we can let it sit for a while I finish the rest of this. All right, so we just finished out flushing the intercooler, and it's all clean now. And we did the Y pipe too. You can see it's like literally spotless in there. I mean, obviously the outside's still dirty, but it was a lot worse before. The inside's obviously the biggest thing I wanted to get clean. We got this clean too, obviously. The inside's like equally as clean, pretty much. I don't know if you can see that, but now we're gonna get back to taking off the old intercooler. So we're gonna take off the DPV, and then we'll see what else is left. I'm not entirely sure on the best route for this, but I think that taking off the hose right there, the big one, is gonna be the thing to do first, and then I'm probably just gonna start taking other things apart, like probably taking the bolts off next, and then just see what to do with that other hose right there. I think after that, we might be able to just pop it off, and then actually have to loosen that down there. So we can slide that out, pull that out, and I think we'll be set. So I also took this piece off, which was the piece under the hood scoop right here, so I don't forget to do that later, so I can have all the airflow I need. But I just want to make sure I didn't forget that, so I took that off now, and then we don't have to worry about that later. Downpipe is off now.
Why did I pick a white short?
Alright, so real quick, we're just doing the fuel pump. I didn't get to film much of it because we were pretty busy trying to get everything finished before it gets dark out, but we got the fuel pump out. Now we're just going to replace everything with the Walbro 255, and then probably have to finish the turbo and stuff tomorrow. Alright, so we just finished putting the fuel pump together, and it wasn't too bad. We just had to cut the little like hose down right there to make sure it fit, because the other one's smaller. And then the hardest part is actually getting that little like washer on the bottom there. You can't see it now, but other than that, we're pretty much done with that, and we're going to put it in the car, prime it, and then we're not going to start the car tonight because we have to put the intercooler and turbo on. But we're gonna prime it tonight. All right, so we were back the next day to take out my old turbo and install the new one and put the STI intercooler on. So we finished the fuel pump yesterday. So I'm gonna start working on taking off the old turbo, which is pretty simple from what I could see. I have to remove, there's a boost line. I don't know if you can see, there's a boost line in there that I have to remove, and then there's a coolant line that comes off of this right here. Pretty sure that's the one. Yeah. So I finally got the turbo out. The one thing that was throwing me off, which I kind of had an idea about, I figured that's what it was just the hose on the bottom here was still tight. So I had to get under the car and jack it up and loosen that. Then I pretty much just pulled right out. I had to wiggle it a little bit, but other than that, it was pretty easy. So now, actually it's in the front seat, I have literally a box full of just bags of like Subaru parts, other parts I've been collecting for like the past 2 months, like gaskets and hoses and stuff. So I can finally break this thing out, see what we got. So that will be for the BPV. Looks like the downpipe gasket, BPV gasket. That is to protect the AC lines, if I could even fit that on there. I know it's gonna be a tight fit, so we'll see. And it's also super ugly, so I don't know if I want to use that. Actually, that's another downpipe gasket, I think. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's the BPV gasket, actually. So I wonder if that's the up pipe. I think that might be what it is. This is for my intake, actually. And then we have, that's for the BPV, copper crush washers, and I don't even remember what else. I know there's some other stuff in here too. All right, guys, so I've been grinding at this for like a day now since the last time I videoed, and basically where we're at right now is I have the turbo bolted down, but I still need to get, I'm probably gonna take it apart again at some point in the future. Just like I like end up putting a certain bolt in there that I don't really like having in there. Try to get a different, better bolt in there, just so I can actually start it and drive it around, because I need a car ASAP. I just have that bolt in there right now. And then now I'm about to start putting on the intercooler. I took off the throttle body coupler so I can actually get it on there easily, and I'll just put that on at the end. I think that I'm going to try to put the new BPV hose or the vacuum line on, so I'll be taking this off, which it just goes into the intake manifold, and I'll be putting the Y pipe on the turbo, so I'll be putting it on right there, and hopefully then I can get the coupler on for the throttle body. So I have the Y pipe on the turbo now, and now I'm about to move this up a little bit, the intercooler, and then slide the coupler for the throttle body on, and then probably attach the BPV, or I'll probably bolt it down first, plug some things in if I need to, and then that should be almost it. All right, so we're now in the final stretch. We just have to get the BPV on, or I guess me, I don't know why I'm saying we, it's just me putting the BPV on. And then unfortunately, I'm kind of pissed about this. It's like perfect boost weather today, and I think it's like 55 degrees or whatever, but I need to replace a couple bolts on the downpipe, or actually there's one bolt on the downpipe to the up pipe, where basically the stud is cross-threaded, but I just need a car to actually like drive, so I'm probably just gonna take it to a shop and have them replace the stud or whatever, because I tried to get it out and I could not do that. So after that, I'll probably make a separate video once I get it all set with like the new bolts or like the new stud, and then anything else I need to do. But I think it's just one new stud, and then I need to replace 2 of the downpipe bolts with different ones, or just I want to. And then other than that, I think we'll be set to start data logging and changing the tune to like perfect it for the car. BPV is on, and all of the hose clamps are tightened. So now I'm putting these black bars back on, which are gonna sit on top of the intercooler right there. And then I'm gonna refill the coolant, check the oil, and install the tune probably. So the tune's on the car now. It's actually a huge pain because I don't know if it's the cable or if it's my actual like OBD2 port or whatever, but the cable would not stay in there, so I literally had to hold it the entire time. So obviously I can't use the gauges and stuff, and I can't data log until I figure that out. But what I can do is I can prime the turbo now and start the car. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll start it up. I have the fuse back in, so let's go. Later, obviously the lighting here is pretty garbage, so you can't really see, but everything's on the car now. I had to burp the coolant stuff after I finished that other video. That's pretty important. And then I had a boost issue where basically it was super simple. I was missing the restrictor pill, But this one I think I'm actually gonna go with a Grimspeed EBCS and just do that instead of having the restrictor pill. Just it'll be easier for the tuner, just overall. It's a good mod to have. So I'm probably gonna do that pretty soon, like literally within a week. But yeah, I mean everything is on the car now. It's running really good. The best it's ran since I've had the car, honestly. But I just want to sort of have an outro for the video and just show you that I'm driving now. Everything's good to go. And if you guys have any questions for like the intercooler install, turbo install, fuel pump install, you can always message me on Instagram or comment down below. But thank you guys for watching. See you next time.